Almost everything connected to the mountain of God, or Mount Sinai, is connected to an area called Horeb in the Bible. In Exodus chapter 3, verses 1 and 2, the very place Moses encounters God at the burning bush on holy ground was in Horeb. In Exodus 3, verse 12, still at the burning bush, Moses is talking with God, and God says, "All of you will worship God on this mountain." The mountain of God, also called Mount Sinai, was in Horeb. So everything that happens on the mountain of God happens in Horeb. Exodus 17:6. Moses led the people into the wilderness, and they had no water. Moses was commanded to strike the rock of Horeb to make water come out of it. The rock was split, providing water for the Israelites. In Deuteronomy 4:10 through 11, at Horeb, the Israelites were to learn to fear their God all the days of their lives and to teach their children. They stood at the base of the mount of God that was blazing with fire. Deuteronomy 18:16. The Israelites asked not to see God's fire or hear his voice in Horeb. Exodus 20:25. At the base of the mountain of God in Horeb, Moses built an altar with uncut stones and 12 pillars, representing the 12 tribes of Israel. In Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 9, Moses was on the mountain of God for 40 days and 40 nights. This was in Horeb. Moses received the stone tablets, the very tablets inscribed by the finger of God. These are the 10 commandments given in Horeb. Deuteronomy 5:2. It was at Horeb that God made his covenant with Israel, giving his statutes and ordinances. Deuteronomy 9:8. They worshipped the golden calf, an idol cast of metal, at Horeb, arousing the Lord's wrath. In Deuteronomy chapter 1, verses 6 and 19, it says it was from Horeb the Israelites left from the promised land. When we think about the mountain of God, Mount Sinai, almost everything that took place happened in an area called Horeb. That is why Horeb is so important in the Bible. All these things can be found in this circle in Saudi Arabia. But interestingly, Horeb is never mentioned as the place where the Israelites camped for the year when they were near the mountain of God. So the campground of Sinai must not be in Horeb, but close, very close. These areas in green and orange are two different wildernesses. Horeb would be the upper part of the green area, and the orange area would be the wilderness of Sinai, the campground where the Israelites stayed for 1 year. The geography around Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia fits all these biblical events perfectly.